going on, guys? Grant here with the Pixel Connection, and today we're here at Miller Nature Preserve to look at something really cool, that being Panasonic's new dual flagship to the GH5, the G9. We're gonna go over some of the key specs and share what we feel about this camera with you guys. So here we have essentially a GH5 Lite. That's really how I like to look at this camera because it shares that same 20.3 megapixel sensor as the GH5. And in terms of video, we're looking at the same sort of color depth, but just a little bit less, hence the light term that I'm talking about. So with the video, you still get that 4K 60, which is pretty monumental in today's cameras, but the color depth changes a little bit, that being 4208-bit. Now, if you want to go any higher, GH5 is where you have to go. So, in the G9, like the GH5, you do have multiple photo modes to take advantage of. You can go with single shot, you can go with a high, medium, or low burst rate. You have your 4K photo, your 6K photo. But now in the G9, you have something really cool. You have two different high res modes you can do. You can go for a 40 megapixel, or you can go up to an 80 megapixel file. Now, I don't want to say that's a little subjective, but you do have to realize 80 megapixels, you're starting to flirt with territory of cameras that are worth more than my existence. That being Hasselblad H6D or Phase 1 XF with their 100 megapixel backs. From this package that comes in at $1697, which is a huge testament to that because that's big fish territory from a really affordable and really easy to use camera. Now, we turned this thing on, strapped the battery in, flipped it on, and you can just fly. Fortunately for me, I do have a little bit of experience with the GH5, so it's very familiar, and everything works as beautifully as it does in the GH5 here in the G9. On top of that, you get a gorgeous viewfinder, and it's large, so if you want to use the little button on the side, the V mode, you can actually reduce the size if it's a little too gorgeous or a little too all up in your business. So there's a lot going on in this G9 that make it a sensational stills camera as well as a phenomenal video camera. Like I said, the GH5 Lite is how it can be considered almost because you do have a little bit less color depth, but it's still a ridiculous package all around. And again, like I said, at $1697, you are getting a ton for this camera. Now I want to go ahead and put up some sample images here of what this camera has taken around this space at Miller's Nature Reserve and have you guys be the judge. What do you think of these images? So in conclusion, I want to give a special thank you to Miller's Nature Preserve. Now right now, 'tis the season, it's the holiday season, so they have a lot of really cool displays going on, actually made by the Eagle Scouts, so I really like seeing that implemented in and around the space. But in closing, talking about the G9, I think in a practical sense, it's a sensational real-world camera. You take this out, throw on this 12-60 lens, you got all you need. Realistically speaking, you're gonna get some gorgeous images. Strap it to a tripod. You'll get some great high-res images. And you have the dual IS with the IS in the lens and the body. You can take sensational video, also all the way up to 4K 60 at a still really respectable bit rate. So, I mean, the G9 is a sensational camera. It's a really great addition to Panasonic's lineup, and I think for anybody who's even serious to pro level can pick up this camera, or heck, a beginner can pick this up and have no problem. So a really nice addition to the lineup from Panasonic and their Lumix line. I'm really looking forward to seeing this get into some people's hands and seeing what they can do with it. And we have that 200 mil on the way, so stay tuned for that video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you took something from it, and I hope you guys get to check out the camera for yourselves because, frankly, it's a real treat. Thanks, guys. Grant here from the Pixel Connection again. I'll be seeing you next time.